So who are we going to learn more about next? Before we get to today's video, I want to take a moment to talk about Patreon. That's right, we are on Patreon now, and we have a bunch of tiers with a bunch of great rewards. You can subscribe and get things like early access to all reactions, depending on your tier, depends on which reactions you get early access to. You can vote on polls exclusive to patrons that will help determine future reaction series and more. You will get to just have various choices in terms of like getting to choose future reactions I react to, getting to choose first impressions I check out, all kinds of different rewards, and possibly more coming in the future. We're still new at this. We're still figuring things out. It's a process. It's a process. But we have multiple tiers, so whatever you would be able to donate, if you're able and willing to donate, is appreciated. It helps me out. It helps the channel out. It helps us grow. It's going to help just, standardly. It's just something new to check out. Plus, if you like getting the reactions early, that's also a plus. But it is optional. If you're unable to do it, that's completely fine. All reactions will come to YouTube just a little bit later, a week later or so. So that all being said, thank you as always so much, and let's get on with today's video. And with that being said, hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to episode 13 of Gnosia. We have been getting a lot of episodes lately that have been focusing on developing and growing a lot of these characters. And I assume we're going to continue doing that. I assume that we're going to continue to check more of these out and see what the backstories and depths and developments for a lot of these characters are. Because this kind of goes with the information that Yuri is trying to, get anyway. Getting all these backstories, getting all of this development is going to help with that. So I want more of it. Last time we got Gina. And despite the fact that Gina was a Gnosia, she self-sacrificed to help them defeat her and Otome. And now, she's going to be, just kind of floating around in space in this world line. Yuri's going to be going to a different world line. And I guess we'll see what happens next. But yeah. It was very interesting, very sad backstory relating to Gina's mother leaving her to get cyberized. I definitely want to know more about that with the entire the priestesses and all. Maybe that's what we'll learn about next, since we got that little hint there. I don't know. I guess we should just see and continue on and hope for the best. So that being said, let's get into it. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. Welcome to the Afterthoughts. We'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, Yuriko is a key, and we don't know, in what way, but she is absolutely connected to, it seems like mostly everything going on, but also according to her, according to what she said to Yuri there, it's not as, it's not connected in the way that Yuri was thinking, everything was connected. So, I don't know. We'll get the answers clearly next time. But yeah, I'm very fascinated. Because this episode, started off, I'm thinking it's going to be oh, this is going to be a SETSU episode. We're going to learn more about SETSU. And we kind of got a little bit there. with but it's something we kind of already knew. Setsu had like that kind of soldier mentality and was like overworked, and so Yuri wanted them to be able to have a day off, and did so by promising everybody else to basically just have them, and themselves as well, go into the cold sleep. But we also see that the loops continue to like kind of lightning round in this episode, as the loops start like showcasing Yuri a lot more about Kukrushka, and Yuri's thoughts are on Kukrushka because of everything. They start to put things together about the connection with Remnin, that I had already figured out. And of course, with Manon, the mother of and originator behind SQ. And now we see at the end here that Yuri has put together another clue. In all of the loops since the loop where Kukrushka went crazy, in every loop, there was, besides Setsu and Yuri and everything, the only other constant was Yuriko. And now Yuri has found Yuriko out of her room and doing something, has already put together that Yuriko is the one because of the Shrine Maiden thing, and because of the Shrine Maidens being the ones to digitize people and everything, with the cyberization. We believe that Yuriko is the one who transfers Manon's consciousness to Kukrushka's body. But we don't know the reasons. We don't know like how it's done. We don't know why exactly it's done and how it connects to everything else. And why it only seems to happen like in the timelines, the world lines where both Kukrushka and Remnin are there. I assume that's just because of, Manon's connection with Remnin, but maybe there's something more to it. I don't know. It's very interesting because we're starting to get a lot of like the big answers, but we're still not being told everything. Though it seems like Yuriko is going to spill the beans this next episode, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, it's like I was expecting us to do more of like these character focused episodes for now and start to get like the real big answers down the line. Instead, at least for the time being, we're kind of keeping away from the character focused stuff and starting to move more into the big answers. But there's 21 episodes, which is a weird amount of episodes. And this was only episode 13. So there's a bunch of more episodes left. So it's like I feel like revealing all these answers this early is wild. Because that means we're going to reveal all these answers, and then we're going to like have a bunch of episodes where it's Yuri's just going to have to be trying to figure out how to stop it all and, obviously get everybody their happy ending. But are we just not going to touch on certain characters? Are we not going to like touch on everybody's backstory then? Unless we go back to doing the backstories after the reveal here? I don't know. Those eyes at the end were definitely different from like regular Gnosia eyes though. So I really feel like if there is a connection with the Gnosia and with Manon, maybe that's why they were still red, but like were clearly different. Or maybe it's just something else is going. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out as I talk, and it's not clicking for me. Like the stuff between Manon and Remnin and everything, like, and Kukrushka, like that clicked for me really easily. But this is just, it's not like coming into place. and that can happen. Sometimes you figure things out really easily, and sometimes it takes a lot more time and effort and work, and sometimes you don't even figure anything out.
Sometimes you just basically have to be told what's going on. This might be that latter option. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. And it's like not a huge amount even happened in this episode because it was mostly just a lightning round of like a few small like little loops while like Yuri started to piece certain things together. The only one that like really was that really mattered until the very end was the one at the beginning with Setsu. And again, that was cute and fun, and it was nice seeing Yuri and Setsu connecting more because I feel like we haven't gotten as much of that as I almost feel like we should have, considering. And there was Otome in that regards, in that regard as well. Also, when I thought like Yuri shushing Otome, when I thought that was about them both being Gnosia, it's like now I kind of feel bad because that was just about like Yuri keeping their promise about getting into the cold sleep and everything. It wasn't about being a Gnosia at all, though I guess they technically still could have been. We didn't touch on the Gnosia stuff really at all in that loop. And then Setsu was a Gnosia in one of the loops too, so there's that. But yeah, just overall, it's like this was an episode that gave us a little bit more of Setsu, and then was a lot of setup, a lot of like starting to really question things, starting to move through these questions, and setting up for the big reveals that are going to happen next episode. But this definitely confirms to me that Manon is the main villain. That Manon is gonna be like the final bad guy more than a Gnosia or anything like that. More than, well, I guess technically not more than Kukushka because Kukushka is Manon in those kind of scenarios. But I again, I'm just wondering how Yuriko fits into this. Is Yuriko Manon? Like, that's a possibility, right? I was questioning if Yuriko was like just transferring Manon or if she was Manon. It's like, I guess that possibility still exists, and that could maybe explain the eyes somehow. Yuriko also mentioned being like a rogue Shrine Maiden, which I don't think we ever heard about before. So I think that's new information. I wonder why Yuriko is rogue. Like, what did she do to, like, become a rogue? I don't know. Again, I don't know at this point if we're going to get everybody's backstories. Like, outside of the little bit, like, we got. Like, for example, with Chippy, will we ever get more than just he wants to be a cat? Well, honestly, I could see Chippy being one of the ones they just don't go into as much. But, like, there's definitely others we have to, right? Like, we have to go more into Rockio. They seem like just too important of a character to ignore in that regard. And again, they've been there since the beginning, so we definitely can't, like, just leave that, right? I don't know. I don't know. And honestly, I'm trying to find more to talk about, but it's like, again, this episode didn't really give much because it was mostly setting up for the big reveals next time. But yeah, it's like, I'm just very curious what we're going to find out. And I'm hoping that it ends up, like, really having an impact on the series, so. But not, like, completely changing everything necessarily. Because I still want to, like, find out more about these other characters and not just have that just abandoned as a concept. So I don't know. We'll see. But I guess tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode. And as always, no spoilers. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.